Good morning everyone, complete change of plans today. I was on a data last couple of days, so up very early, so I thought right, I'll take advantage of that as I'll be up early today, because that's just the way my body clock works. I'll go straight over to Fatherford Falls and we'll take Merlin for his first walk around there. But I've woken up through the night and it's been absolutely tipping it down. Just absolutely pouring. And I thought there's no point in me driving right over to the other side of Moors in hideous weather. So we've come to one of our favourite places, Fatherford. And someone asked me recently, we never see you pick up after your dogs. General reason being, I like them to go before we start walking. I don't really want to carry poo bags around the whole Moors. So here, this isn't where we're walking, but it's a really convenient place to let them off, let them go to the loo, pick it up, put it in the bin or on the car, and then go walking without poo. So that's what I'm going to do. Get dogs on leads and then we'll head off for our walk. Just before we head off walking, I found some friends to say hi to. Hiya! I've said we're not walking this way, and we're not, but hearing the sound of rushing water. I never come this route, it leads out into a park. Not really my sort of place to walk, but it is an absolutely stunning park. We really are spoiled here. So I thought we'd just have a quick look before we backtrack and go on to our route. Not bad at all, is it? So this is the river we'll be walking along, and after so much rainfall last night, I couldn't believe it, it was just hammering down. And you can see this is the result. So we'll turn around and we'll go and get onto the route I want to walk. The dogs are very much in need of it after a couple of long work days. Happy oats? Yeah, found water. Right, let's go. Now Oaty keeps stopping and glaring at me and going, "Don't be stupid, mother, this is hardly a walk." And actually this isn't a bad thing. If you've got a dog that you struggle to get hold of at the end of walks and things, it's not a bad thing to go off different routes, collect them up, put them on leads, praise them, and go somewhere else to let them off again. And hopefully you soon get rid of that habit. There's going to be no shortage of water around. Now my dogs are sensible. Both have been off lead around water since tiny and taught that you don't go in unless invited. So you'll see there, Oaty went for a little paddle in the very edge. She'll do that, but she won't go in anything more unless I specifically say to her. And I do walk so many places with water everywhere, but it's pretty important. Wow. Right, let's just put the GoPro through here. Look at that. I think it's going to be a pretty fun walk. Right, I've had a short break to do a live video, just a short one. But I really want the quality of the GoPro because this is just utterly fabulous. Look at this. The light's just coming right. That is amazing. I love it. Just rushing water. Look at it, it's coming through the wall like that. It's obviously man-made. It looks amazing. So we're going to carry on. And let's go see what we can find. Hey Merlin! Is this good? So there's a happy, smiling Morgie. Good boy. Wow. Just fabulous. I'll never tire of this walk. It's one I've videoed a few times, which is why I was debating whether I videoed it today or just did a live. But it's different every time. Change of seasons, change of weather, change of light, and you get a whole different look. This is what I absolutely love about walking. You can do the same route time and time again, and it's different. So we've got water dripping off these trees. We've got the moss there. Isn't that just fabulous? Right, that is brilliant. I'm going to have to put you down and concentrate while I go over this little stream here. Isn't that just, look at the colour. Look at that green. You wouldn't believe it was real. What do you think, mate? Is it real? Good boy. It really is. Right, let's put you down for a moment and then we'll carry on. Right, I've spied the mini stream. Otie's gone to check out the squirrel. It's actually comes back with our hooligan. Squirrels are her nemesis. Now I've just got to watch my footing a bit through here. This is just fabulous. Good girl. I love it that even the sort of fallen trees become part of the landscape. Good boy. You can see the difference in personalities with the dogs, and it's one of the reasons I didn't go for another toller at the moment. There will be one in the future. I love Otie, think the world of her, but they do naturally go further afield. And where I do walk on moors and things so much, I went out with Otie with a friend's gun dogs, and they went way too far for me to be happy with. And that's when I decided I was going for breed types more likely to stay closer, and that seems to have worked out pretty well. So obviously both collie and corgi, a dog's bred more to check in on their owner more often. Right, this might be blinding, I'm not quite sure because I can't see the back screen. I'll keep you, hello gorgeous, I'll keep you pointed slightly more at the floor. It really is fabulous. This is one of those tracks that goes up and down the gradients so much and you don't even realise it until you suddenly stood on a waterfall. My fitness still isn't where I'd like it, but I can do these walks that just take me steady. There's never a problem with that. The dogs like it, it's even more sniffing time. We've just had a quick photo shoot for hopefully what will be the cover for this video, and now we'll release them. Well done guys, okay, good job. Right, we're coming up to the stepping stones where I really do have to watch my footing. With the GoPro, that's easier, because I can leave my arm into my waist and it keeps running whilst I look at what I'm doing. You can see it's not the easiest of surfaces, this walk. Sort of pick and choose where you're going. And it won't be long before all these pools out along the right hand side here will be full of tadpoles. We watched them grow up last year, it's brilliant. How many years before? How many years before that? Look at him skipping along. Good boy. Good boy. Swansea Merlin is still quite young, and that's why when I do these walks where he's going to be more adventurous, doing more running, being careful what he's up to. We don't go out for as long, because I was just half thinking, oh, it would be tempting to go up onto the moor and make this a full loop today. But I've got to stop it, I've got to behave, not be tempted too soon, because obviously I've got Merlin for life. I do not want to damage his joints now. It would be lovely if by the summer, when we go away, I've got several brilliant trips planned this summer. Obviously I want him up to doing the full walks by then. Oh look, we're coming into this amazing green again. It's just stunning. Is it only me who's fascinated by this? I just can't get over it. Hey guys! This is just, look at that colour. Look at it. Wow. In fact, I'm going to actually take a couple of photos before we move on. I've just taken a few photos, both on the GoPro and the phone, and it's reminded me why I stopped that live video I was doing earlier and swapped the GoPro, because it really is just so much better quality. The phone's good, it's a very good quality phone, but for actual videoing, this is just far better. Good girl. Now I don't know if you can pick up the bird song over the sound of the water, but the dawn chorus is one this morning that has just carried on for ages and ages. Awesome mossiness. It's just fab. And then you've got the green over that side. Everywhere you look, there's something. And also that sound of the water. I think one of the reasons I love the water so much is I have tinnitus. And having that backdrop of water just makes it ease off and quiet while I'm out here. Right, the dogs are a bit further ahead than I'd like. Merly! Oti! Good boy, Merlin! Good boy! Well done, mate. Good boy! Hey, good years. Give him a sweetie. Coming back, good boy. Good girl, Oats. Good cow, well done. Come on then. Obviously I still need to actually be able to see them, otherwise I can't count them under my myself. I was looking at Merlin earlier. I thought you were absolutely filthy in comparison to all the lovely clean corgis and corgi crosses on Facebook. And then I look at where we walk. Yeah, I give up. Who needs to be clean? Fabulous. Just stunning. The shadows, the dripping water. I just love everything. Now actually I've had a change of mind. The river up here will be really impressive, but it will also be pretty hard to get across, and I don't really want Merlin doing the steps to the waterfall yet. They're just that bit steep until he's a bit older. So I am going to make this a circular walk. I'm going to turn around now and head back, and what we'll do is do a short circular going back over the bridge. We've come from that direction, we're going to go up here and out onto the open moor for a short while. Right, we're going back over the bridge. then going to head that way where the dogs are going. You can't really go far wrong whichever way you go on these walks. If I carried on the other way, we'd have had a really spectacular waterfall, but it's difficult to get into position to photograph it well, and certainly not when I'm worried about a young dog without an utterly 100% weight yet. So that's ruled that out for me. But look at this. This is like some fairy tale land. Yeah, you can go in the water. This is a good dipping spot. Okay, off you go. Rosie's happy because there's water she can go in. But these mossy lumps, it looks like something out of Middle Earth. I think it's fabulous. It's like I say, there's something different everywhere you turn. We've just got the right time of day with the light to make it look even more special. You remember how I said these paths rise and fall gradient wise pretty quickly? So that's how high we are above the river level already. It hasn't taken long. Oki and I came out when this tree first came down, and it's pretty nigh impossible to get through it. But all the sort of loose branches have been cleared. As long as I'm careful, it's doable now. Yeah, this section was hit quite badly in the storms. The sort of end of last winter. And I guess I probably haven't done this route since then. Maybe I've either done the longer ones, or since having Merlin, the much shorter ones. It takes a bit of climbing and scrambling, and it's why I don't put clean trousers on to come out. There we go. There's that one. Good children. And as you can see, very different terrain to those of you who've watched my videos, and we've gone off in the opposite direction. I'm sorry if I'm boring you at the moment, but I'm just loving the light, the moss, the trees, the colour. It's just fabulous. I can never tire of this place. Just never. I put the pair of them in a wait for a photo in a sit, and Merlin has realised just how amazing this moss feels. Does that feel good? And he's decided he's having a lie down. Good boy. Right. You are free to go. Okay. Good boy. Let's carry on then. As you can see, I'm probably here because I'm getting out of breath. We've risen even more now. And then I know that this track ends up in a long, steep uphill. It's the one that's beaten me on a few occasions when I've really not been feeling well. But it should be perfectly doable today. You can splash with this water, and this is the gentler water. Remember, this isn't the main river. This isn't the oak font, it's a sort of tributary of it, which will meet up where we turned off. I've just called the dogs back because they were going a bit far ahead for my liking, so we'll start again. Oti, this way, because you might get across there but he won't. Well done Merlin, sensible decision. The number one rule in our family, don't always listen to your big sister. She'll just get you into trouble. Right, so as you can see, I'm going to be going off on this path where Merlin is now. It's not a nice path, so I'll need to concentrate. So GoPro will go back in my pocket and I'll see you at the top. We're not at the top yet, nowhere near. I've just paused on a safe section. You guys have a look at this. Stunning. And then we'll go follow it down to where we've come from. Just wonderful. Right, we're over the worst bits of the path, but some of it is worse than I remember. It's falling away, and I don't know how long before it's not going to be unusable. This would be a lovely, lovely walk to lead a walk on, but I'm just a bit loath to do it because both this way and the other, the paths are crumbling, and I don't want to take that responsibility for others, which is such a shame because they're both lovely routes. I don't know what this bird is up to our right, it sounds wonderful. If anyone knows, can you just comment and let me know please? I've just about clambered through there, but this is why on the days that my joints and my back hurts, I don't come this route. It's wonderful to see these primroses out. Aren't they gorgeous? There's quite a few through here actually. They love this damp sort of area, along with various fungi and all sorts of interesting things. I'm just taking a breath. I always forget just how steep this last bit is, and I'm not there yet, but we're getting there. You guys with 4-paw drive make it look so easy. Right, I'll carry on plodding on. This is the last we'll see of the river. We'll get to the top here, I'll have a bit of a breather, and then we're out onto the open moorland for a short while, and another steep uphill unfortunately. The dog's on lead for that section because it is obviously lambing and bird nesting's time of year. And we'll go and take a look at that area. Right, the gorse is starting to come out, which is adding some wonderful colour. As you can hear, I'm finding this quite tough going now. Doesn't help if the paths are slippery. You're taking a foot forward and sliding backwards, but hopefully that won't be for too long. Again, while I'm taking a breather, look at this amazing moss and lichen up here. Brilliant. So much for me worrying about pouring rain. This couldn't be any better. I'm still glad I did this walk today instead of Fatherford. There's never a bad walk on Dartmoor. But how wonderful. Right, we are heading on to moorland now, and there aren't any really clearly defined tracks here, so I have got dogs on leads because I don't know where the birds are nesting. Whereas when it's a really cleverly defined track and the dogs stay on it, then it doesn't matter so much. Oh, we're more hazy out this side. Interesting, isn't it? You turn a corner, you have a different weather, different view. And we're actually quite near Okehampton now, and the town, and the main road. But you wouldn't imagine it from where we've just been walking. Usually when I'm walking this route, and I know I'm doing this one, I park somewhere different up near the army camp, so that I finish on a nice smooth road, not the last track that we'll be doing. But it doesn't matter, everything leads pretty much the same way. I'll stay on one of the tracks made by ponies, go along, head down to right, and I'll find myself where we need to be. So we've got ponies ahead of us. I don't need to go up anywhere near them today, so we won't. I had a bit of trouble with some Shetlands a few weeks ago, trying to mob us for food anytime I took treats out of my pocket for the dogs. And I don't like that behaviour from supposedly wild ponies, so they did get told off for it. So there's no point meeting hassle if we don't have to. Okay, I've remembered why I don't tend to do this route. The sheer amount of Shetlands out here, along with cattle and sheep, just trash the ground completely. Lovely, lovely lichen on the trees. But again, look at the state of this poached ground. I'd be embarrassed if this were my fields. Unfortunately, you can see the argument for them taking the ponies off Dartmoor, or at least a large percentage of them, and the cattle and sheep, because you can't argue that this is doing the ground any favours or keeping the moorland as it should be. It is just trashing it. A reduction in numbers might do the job, but because no one's prepared to do it, we won't ever know. Can you see this line of trees along here? This is where I'm heading for, and that's the track. If I go right now, it will take me back to Fatherford, but usually I'd go left here and be parked somewhere just up there. Now this area is spectacular with bluebells and daffodils and snowdrops, but seriously, looking at this land and the state of it, I'll be amazed if it looks that good this year. We'll come back in a couple of months' time and check up and see what it looks like, but let's head over now towards that track. Right, dogs are back on off lead because we're back on the main route. I know there's no livestock around here, public right of way, so we'll carry on. Behind us is where I'd usually park, and that's the right direction for Meldon Army Camp, and all the walks up onto the moors and the tours from there. And we're heading the opposite way, back down towards River Oakmont and Fatherford. We've lost our blue skies, haven't we? It can certainly lull you into false belief up here. But touch wood, we've stayed dry so far, and that's what matters. Judging by the Gate Appreciation Society, I reckon this is a pretty well photographed gate, and you can see why. It sits there just beautifully. As you can hear, we're right next to the A30, and it's just a reminder that some parts of Dartmoor really are very accessible for all, which is just brilliant. Let's get out here, guys, and explore. Just check you know where you're going, check the weather conditions, and that the route will suit what you want to do and your level of ability. Oh, they're coming. Merly. Good job. OT sit. Well done. We'll wait. This little runner's coming a little bit slower than I thought. As they're doing this so much better than I could ever do. The least I can do is move my dogs out their way. Well done, guys. Sit up. Merly. Good boy. And wait.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You've got hard. Yeah, of course you can say hi. Little one might be a bit nervous, but he's getting there. Good boy, Merly. Good boy. Well done.
Break up the hill as well.
I don't blame you. Merlin's just turned around and gone, "You're not my person." You can see how puppies can, if you don't keep an eye on them, good boy, get lost and follow the wrong pair of legs, a bit like small children can. Well done, mate. So we've lost our pair of legs in front of us that Merlin accidentally followed. Lovely young lad, looking at the train station, which is back behind us, to the top of this lane, turn right onto the road, it's about half a mile down there. So again, all of this is very accessible because you can even get to it by train. Look at the state of that dog. I'm going to have to make him go in the river for a dip, aren't I? But look at the happy smile. Look at the state of all of our feet. I think we're all going to need a paddle. Go on then. And my idea of taking Merlin into the country store, a bit more socialisation to get their pig's ears, I think I might be going on my own. Still looking very, very autumnal through here, isn't it? This is the path the walk that my knees hate the most. Steep downhill with steps for giants. Although well done, Merlin, you can manage them. Are you starting to recognise where we are now? Once we turn this corner, the real giveaway. So back to the start of the walk. There we go. So we started out going that way, but this is the way we came in. So go. Another lovely walk on Dartmoor. Merlin's first proper adult circular walk. We're coming back under the A30 road bridge, and we've got the railway bridge ahead of us. The river's still looking spectacular. And I think we need to find a spot to try and get all of our feet clean, and possibly even a little walkie tummy. Yep, you're a big brave girl, Oti. Merlin and I aren't. Good boy, I have one tired little Merlin now. Aren't you? Which is no bad thing. Oti and I have got an afternoon Zoom session to have a look at some hill work music. And then I'm actually going out this evening. So 2 tired dogs will be no bad thing at all. Good boy. Well done. Back to that first bridge we crossed over. River still running very fast. Good boy. That's progress, Merlin, that's a bit cleaner. Good boy. Racing getting crossed. This is unfortunately one of her bad habits with water. If I come in as well, she gets overly excited. I started swimming with her out on the moors a couple of years ago. Little includes too much. Now Merlin has actually got his tummy wet, so that's great, so that's a bit cleaner. Go for a bit cleaner. This is looking good, guys. Well done. Well done. I'm not going to throw anything today, Okie. That will sweep you away. I'm afraid a toe dip is the most you're going to get. Good girl. Ah, you do some tolling though. Okay. Look at things. Well, there we go. Too tired, happy, and fairly clean dogs. Hope you enjoyed your walk with us. We'll see you all again soon.